The title, Google Killed. Google just quietly eliminated the CEO title at DeepMind. Demis Hassabis stepped down this morning to become Alphabet's chief scientist, handing daily operations to Kore Kavukoglu. But Kavukoglu isn't the new CEO. He is taking over as a senior vice president, reporting directly to Sundar Pichai. This is the final structural absorption of an independent research lab into a standard Google product division. The protective barrier that allowed DeepMind to operate as an isolated academic enclave for over a decade is officially gone. Hassabis is stepping back to theorize about AGI, but the core engineers walking out the door alongside him point directly to a massive shift in lab culture. The engineering exodus. On the exact same day Hassabis stepped back, 4 of Google's most consequential engineers, Jeff Dean, Sanjay Gemawat, Oriol Vinyals, and Kwok Lee, resigned to found a new startup. These are the core architects behind Google's distributed systems and the Gemini models. Frontier labs always hemorrhage senior researchers when commercial shipping cycles start overriding open-ended science. And those shipping cycles are being driven by a $200 billion hardware bill. The $200 billion mandate. Google is projecting over $195 billion in capital expenditures this year, almost entirely on AI infrastructure. You cannot spend that kind of money on compute without demanding immediate enterprise cloud revenue in return. The pressure to justify that hardware has fundamentally altered DeepMind's mandate. Kavukoglu's job as SVP is not to publish groundbreaking papers or chase hypothetical superintelligence. His mandate is to make the Gemini models stable, reliable, and cheap enough to run at global scale. And achieving that scale fundamentally changes the mechanics of how models are built. The real implication. The departure of Google's top researchers and the sheer scale of their compute spending point to a stark reality. Frontier AI development has transitioned from a pure science problem into an infrastructure grind. Hassabis moving to chief scientist removes him from the daily trench warfare of forcing models to follow system prompts or serve at low latency. By installing Kavukoglu, Google is acknowledging that the current model war does not rely on discovering a novel architecture. It relies on distributed systems, synthetic data loops, and rigorous product scaffolding. For developers building on Google's stack, this structural shift means upcoming Gemini releases will likely prioritize predictable structured outputs and latency improvements over massive jumps in reasoning capability. The metric to watch over the next 6 months isn't the benchmark score of the next frontier model, but how fast Kavukoglu's team can drive down the inference cost per token. Subscribe for more.